In this video, we will be covering how to create a quote for an installation job. While your pricing, descriptions, and categories may differ, at the end of this video, you should have all the knowledge you need in order to accurately quote your installations. Please note that if you have a spreadsheet of your quote items, your VCG support team would be happy to assist with importing them. For this example, we'll be quoting an installation of a monument sign. To add a list item to the quote, click the Add Item button on the right. From here, you can see all of the available items for quoting. Note that these are demo items, and the items that you'll have in your instance will differ. The first line item I want to add to this quote is the price for the service truck. You can search for the specific item in the search bar towards the top. Once you found the item you'd like to add to the quote, click the Add Item button. From here, you can set up the line item details for the quote. You have full control over what is displayed on the quote that you'll provide to your customer. If you don't want the quote text or the quote description to display, ensure you uncheck the corresponding print checkbox. For this quote item, I'd like the quote description to appear on the quote that I provide to my customer. Therefore, I'll make sure the print quote description box is checked. If this line item should be taxed, ensure that the taxable checkbox remains checked. If you'd like to provide this client with a discount, you can do so by checking the Apply Discount checkbox. I'm currently adding a line item for the service truck, which is priced at $125. This job will take 6 hours, so I've updated the quantity to 6 within the Pricing Attributes section. Once I have this line item set up the way I want, I'll click the Add Item to Quote button to add it to the quote. To add another line item, I simply click the Add Item button again and continue through the same process as before. I'd now like to add an installer to this quote. I'll search for my installer and update the details as I see fit. This time, I don't want this to appear on the quote, so I'll uncheck the necessary print checkboxes. They'll also be at the job for 6 hours, so I've added 6 to the quantity field. I also want to add a subcontractor for the brickwork on the job. I'll do my search and add my item. The subcontractor is charging me $1,500, which is added to the item price. I'll put my 15% markup on it and add the item to the quote. Last, I'd like to add the permit cost for this job as well. So again, I'll search for the item, make my necessary adjustments, and add it to the quote. You can continue adding as many line items as the quote needs by repeating those steps. Once you've added all the line items, you can apply taxes to them. To do so, click the Add Tax button. You can have multiple taxes entered, including but not limited to the state or county. Finally, you can include terms and conditions in the quote as well. Note that your administrators can create additional taxes or terms and conditions by accessing the Quote Manager within the Admin tab. Once completed, click the Save button towards the bottom. Now, the quote is ready for preview or print, which allows you to share the quote with your customer as you see fit. And that's all the information you'll need to know on how to create quotes for installations. Remember that if you do have a spreadsheet of your quote items, your VCG support team would be happy to assist with importing them. We can be reached at VCGSupport@VCGcorporate.com or 800-558-3054.